Welcome back to the news on Mr. Tien channel. Ladies and gentlemen, a stronger tropical wave is moving into the Caribbean. That means there is a higher chance of flooding over the next few days. Finally, we could see a little bit of development from these. Right now, tracking the residual moisture over Mexico from Hurricane Eric is strong. More rain, Costa Rica, Panama. We've got some rain in Aruba and rain in Guyana, Tobago. There is more rain in northern Guyana, and this continues to increase towards Trinidad. This is a new tropical wave, but with it, it's moving in with an increased chance of rain. We'll see that and see an increased chance of flooding throughout the weekend and even into next week. And you'll see Trinidad itself seeing anywhere from 50 to about 75 millimeters of rain. Now, the heaviest rainfall will be over Guyana. Moving into Monday, and you see on Monday, this is a tropical wave that brings increased moisture. Grenada, Trinidad, St. Vincent, the Grenadines, Guyana. And that's all the moisture that's building up in Central America. But look at Jamaica. We're going to have some scattered storms. Some of them could be quite strong next week. Then on Tuesday, and you're just going to see some areas of heavy rain around the still very unstable southeast Caribbean. But heavier rain in Belize, but that's going to increase by Wednesday. Then heavy rain to the south, so you've got a tropical system developing here in the eastern Pacific and really heavy rain areas in Central America, and those are scattered storms. Cuba, Haiti, the DR, Cayman Islands, Jamaica, scattered thunderstorms. The new tropical wave brings some moisture. Now we move north. Quebec, Ontario, watch for severe weather threat in the Great Lakes. But look at this moisture over Mexico. The remnants of the storm system Eric are moving into British Columbia, the northwestern United States, and all of this is connected as it pushes through the Rocky Mountains. It's pulling some of that moisture north, and you can see it here. Severe weather threat in parts of Minnesota, North Dakota today. But look at that moisture just feed. See some rain coming through today. Parts of New Brunswick toward Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island. And then on Monday, you can see the severe weather threat in the Great Lakes swirling around Iowa. But there's some moisture just feed up and around this area. Nothing too heavy for most people. But look at New Mexico, West Texas for some rain. Again, the remnants of Hurricane Eric are back out in the Pacific. Now let's see what I want to take you around with that rainfall total. There's going to be more waves as we move our way even rough at times in the Caribbean over the next couple of days as these tropical waves are coming in. Then you see here in the middle of the week, rough seas are going to be building up off the coast of Guatemala and El Salvador. That's the next area that's going to develop in the eastern Pacific. The Bahamas, back to Florida, Cuba, a little bit more thunderstorms as we move back through the coastal areas, like as we move into lower Alabama, lower Mississippi, into the southern parts of Louisiana. The chances of rain aren't too high over the next couple of days. This is where we're going to see a little bit more rain as we track Grenada, St. Vincent, Grenadines, Trinidad, and Tobago. So again, the southeastern Caribbean will give you a heads up. We're going to see some potential flooding, at least the potential for it over the next few days. And northern Guyana, northeastern Venezuela, very heavy rain in northern Guyana. We could get another 150 millimeters of rain, which could lead to flooding. So be on the lookout. That's a potential for landslides right there. And then there's scattered areas of rain as we're up north. Belize will have a few spots that could get a couple inches or 50 millimeters of rain. But north of Mexico City, you see the remnants of Eric increasing the rainfall across Mexico, around Mexico City, the potential for flooding over the next few days. And then you see this here. The remnants of Eric are tied to that system to the north, so some parts of New Mexico will get some additional rainfall, the westernmost parts of Texas, and there are some scattered areas of rain as we move back into the south and southeast of the United States, so the rain chances are increasing. You see this on Monday in Jamaica. We have a 60% chance of scattered storms moving in as we go through next week. Same thing in the Cayman Islands. The rain chances are going to increase to about 50% as we go into next week. Now watch for flooding in Trinidad and Tobago. With a new tropical wave coming in, the rain chances in Barbados are increasing to about 50% today with a new tropical wave moving in. Likewise in St. Lucia, There will be some scattered showers today into next week. But Grenada today and Monday, with the tropical flow moving in to keep a flood threat watch, we'll see more rain. Likewise, same barrier as the Grenadines, but some of the smaller southern islands that are cut off from the Grenadines will have a higher chance of rain. Martinique has a 40% chance today, and tomorrow, Monday. We will move north back to Dominica with a chance of about 30 to 40% as we move through the week, a 30 to 40% chance in Guadalupe, and a chance of rain of about 20 to 30% in Antigua-Barbuda. Not too high as we move into the northeastern Caribbean, only a 20% chance today. St. Kitts and Nevis, Montserrat, only a 20% chance and lots of sunshine. Some haze, actually some dust around, a 20% chance with some haze and dust. St. Martin Saba in Stasia. Now as we head into next week with a 40% chance of hurricanes in Puerto Rico, like Jamaica, some of those could be pretty strong. Not all of them we're getting, but they could be pretty strong as we move through the haze and some dust around the British and U.S. Virgin Islands throughout the weekend. In the Bahamas, some scattered showers and storms, 30% chance. Mostly dry today across the Turks and Caicos Islands, but some Dominican Republic forming. Keep an eye out for some storms. I'll be watching some of those rivers over the next couple of days and gradually building up as we head back to Haiti. I'll be watching Aruba overall to stay active. That's scheduled for today. Again, we've got a high chance of rain with this tropical wave moving through Aruba, Curacao, and Benor. But the northern parts of Guyana are seeing flooding. The northern parts of Suriname, there's a good chance of some scattered thunderstorms that will be breaking out in some parts of Cuba over the next couple of days. And of course, Costa Rica and Panama are really hot. Not all of us are getting rain. Some places are dry, but others are just dumping and watching that flood threat. The eastern parts of Nicaragua, the flood threat is very high, so you're on alert, so I'll continue to watch. Same thing in Honduras, but where we've got rain, we're going to see a chance of some additional flooding over the next couple of days. There's a 70 to 80% chance of that happening through the weekend. Guatemala and El Salvador and around Mexico City, the remnants of Hurricane Eric give us a higher chance of rain and a chance of flooding in the Yucatan Peninsula. Cancun, Cozumel, Campeche, Merida, we'll see some scattered areas of rain with a chance of a few thunderstorms, with a 70% chance of rain in northern Colombia. Northern Venezuela, also watch for flooding in parts of Colombia and Venezuela, and then we'll go back to Bermuda. Most of it is up and around high pressure and controlled. So the tropical waves are starting to come together. That's going to give us a higher chance of flooding. Thank you for watching the news on Mr. Tien channel. Have a nice day. See you in the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment below. Share the video so everyone knows how to prevent